started out then in 2016 and we took over this campus, it was just David and myself in that office with a broken down desk, and that was it. And it was kind of like aha moment. What in the world did we get ourselves into? What are we thinking about really when it comes to trying to create something like this? And then today, for some of you, I don't even know if you know this, but we have about 30 different ministries now functioning in and out of the Hope Center, which is absolutely amazing to me. When you think about when we first started in 2017 with our first resident, from that moment to where we are today, there's about 30 ministries that are connecting and others who are talking about coming and connecting with us. And so when we think about some of those new ministries like Warnley that will be coming here, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, they'll be down on the other end here, and they'll be doing family counseling, family reconciliation, trauma. They'll be doing a lot of ministry there we can be part of. New Day Ministry, which will be a 30 to 45 day detox program for women, so we can refer ladies right down there to them on the first floor, and they can come right back into our programs, whether it's Grace House or Hope. When we think about workforce chaplains who are now here and beginning to try to figure out how they're going to impact our community, so they're getting ready to do crisis intervention in the workplace. And so they have about 8, 4 ladies, 4 guys. Most of them are pastors and pastors' wives, but are going to go into the workforce when there's a tragedy and crisis and be able to do some of that. And there is just so many wonderful things that are happening in some of these areas that it's really encouraging. And so when you think about 2.5 years of going from 1 to 30 ministries, is like, how could that actually happen? Well, the only way that can happen is by God doing something and us kind of getting out of the way. And honestly, most of the time, we're just trying to stay out of His way. You know, it's kind of like John the Baptist. You decrease so then you can increase. And when you begin to decrease, He begins to use you in greater ways. And so that was what we've been finding out. When it comes to our campus, you know, we first started out leasing the campus, and so we've been in negotiations back and forth with them. So they countered back here in, I think it was November, and they've come down to $3 million. We started at $5.54 million, and so we are down to $3 million now, and we have offered them $2 million, and they are still contemplating that offer. So we're at least hoping that they may come back halfway in between or something like that. But in the meantime, we were able to sign a 10-year lease. So what does that mean? Hope is going to be here for at least 10 years because we signed a lease, right? But we're hoping that this year we'll be able to get it purchased. That's our goal. We want to agree on that price. Once we agree on that price, we'll begin to move forward about how we're going to pay for it and make it happen. So anyway, I think that's exciting that they were willing to give us a 10-year lease. And then in the first 2 years of that lease, we have the opportunity to purchase the campus outright and make that happen. When Dave and I started out, I remember walking down through the prayer tunnel. It was full of furniture. It was, you could even get from there to the prayer center. I mean, it was just packed full of stuff. And him and I thinking and praying about a prayer center and a prayer tunnel and having the churches kind of in the border of that prayer tunnel, just honoring them so that people could pray for them and everything. And how we started out, we were going to pray for 100 churches. Can you imagine 100 churches coming on board to help us here at the center? And we thought that was a goal that was like way up there and out of sight, you know, way beyond anything we could ever imagine. And when you think about churches coming together, to partner together, to network together, to be part of something together, when you think about that for a moment, I mean, how many churches can you think of that would actually do something together for a common good? Well, today we have about 110. And so that's amazing as these churches continually come in. And so just each week we have more churches connecting, more churches coming on board, and we are building and creating more plaques. And so we're just really grateful for that. We're now praying for 200 churches because we understand that the cost of this place keeps going up. More ladies come, more expenses, all those kind of things. So we're looking forward to that. The other thing that we've been doing over the last several years is we've been trying to create giving engines. The giving engines are these businesses that are coming back into the center, and they are all about sustainability and helping us to sustain what we're doing and how we're going about doing it, but also creating life skills and jobs and opportunities for the different ladies if they would like to be part of something like that. They don't have to be, but if they'd like to be, we'd like to do that. Well, the boutique and what they've been doing over the last year has been absolutely fabulous, and they just keep growing and growing and growing each month. It just seems like their sales have been kind of going up and to the right, and so it's been amazing what Rachel and Sarah have been doing out there to create this, and all the hard work, all the sacrifice. I mean, sometimes, their goal was to pay our lease payment every month. I think they've done that a lot of months since we've been here. I'm not sure how many, but a lot of those months they have done that. And so what that means is that's really enabled these ladies who come to Hope to come free and to be part of what we're trying to do for them. So that's beautiful. The Freedom Barn, it's taken off. The last time I talked to Kimberly, she said she had like 2 Saturdays left in 2020. Wow. And so that tells you there is a lot of activity happening out there with weddings that are coming together. And so that's really getting to be a wonderful thing. We'll be getting the greenhouses up and going again here, become probably March 1st. And so we're excited about getting that up and really expanding that, making that a lot more attractive to the public as they come and be part of that. We've met some wonderful people that would consider helping us with the pet hotel. So we're in the process of working with the beauty salon, right? So that's in the process of being constructed right now. And as soon as that is finished, we'll focus our eyes on the pet hotel and get that accomplished. So our goal this year is to create the beauty salon and get the pet hotel up, keep the greenhouses going and make that even greater for businesses. And then some of the other areas where other businesses are coming on board to help us to create jobs for these ladies, not only EA Outdoors, but some other businesses who are saying, hey, we'd love to hire the ladies, we'd love to hire some of your graduates if that is possible. And so I think this year we're going to see more and more of that happen. These businesses are going to come on board to be here, to be on campus, and create jobs. So just a lot of wonderful things that are taking place.